Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the final word. Swansea City 1, Everton 1. What a point earned, Baz. What a point earned. This is why I got into football.
Hard aim.
For the days like this, halcyon days of going to the Liberty Stadium and grinding out a point like we did. Halcyon days.
Big point, wasn't it?
Well, do you know what? I heard they beat Liverpool there, and that's the yardstick.
And Arsenal.
And Arsenal.
In a week.
Did we take the game plan from what Arsenal did?
We took it and went there and tried to become the
Oh,
one of the other team.
tell you what, these are the days.
This is what football's invented
This is
for.
like poetry.
These are what I show me little fella when I'm saying this is your way you should support Everton. These are the games I show him. Forget City banging 100 odd goals in and teams like that. Watch this. Watch this masterclass.
Doesn't get any better. It really doesn't.
Not
that I can imagine it gets any better, or most Evertonians under the age of
When did we last
25.
win?
What?
When did we last win? About 5 weeks ago, month ago, wasn't it?
I've only lost once in 5 games. You wouldn't know
Stats.
Stats.
No, there you go.
Can do anything.
And that was to Manchester City, who've just won
The
the league,
champions
the Premier League champions.
I
So
tell you, no, give him another 2 years
3.
on top of what he's already got.
Do it. Let him get his plan in place. Give him a chance
It's all
to
about
sign Jack Wilshere and players like that.
Oh,
We'll have him.
it's all about the plan.
The energy.
Get Mo Besic back into that midfield, and we will be flying.
He's doing alright at Borough, to be fair. Oh.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. Again.
So
What
obviously,
more do we want though?
I don't know. This is what people keep
What
telling
do
us.
Evertonians
What more
want?
do we want? What are we after? What do we need? Why do we have to be happy with our lives? Let other people be happy with their lives.
He's the top 6. That's
Yeah.
them.
Oh, don't want to start messing with the top 6.
No, don't chase
That's
that.
not fair on them
No,
or
it's
their
not.
fans.
It's not.
They deserve happiness. 19 years ago, Man City were coming back from the third tier of English football, so they deserve everything they get.
Well, they do, but the others,
Do you know what I mean?
The others need to be protected. So forget about everything.
I think you're right. Like white rhinos,
That's it.
effectively.
That's it. Arsenal will be the next white rhino. Arsenal, the only team in the 4 divisions to not take a single point away from home in 2018.
Well, I tell you what, we've got that. That's another.
And we scored our 8th goal away from home under Sam Allardyce at the weekend.
I tell you what,
Only been here since
the
November.
positives just keep rolling on.
Only been here since November, and we've got already scored 8 times away from home.
I tell you what.
So this people don't see this. No one are moaning and calling them bisto tits and all of that
These
stuff.
are the things.
These are the stats that make, if people actually stop for a minute and have a look at that 8 goals away from home since he took over, that in itself is worthy of another season.
They're the kind of stats that really annoy me, that he didn't get the chance to take England to a World Cup.
He could have been going there this summer.
Because if you think about it, 8 away goals, if you're playing a World Cup, you're playing it away, aren't you? You're away from home. And 8 games is effectively what you need to win it.
Yeah,
if you score in every game,
you could win one. We could be
exactly,
world champions.
you could be. They're world champion stats, effectively.
Fucked up.
There's no way to disprove it.
The FA.
Ah,
The FA. Shite with referees and shite with choosing managers, and they just left them. We could be world champions this summer, and they've denied that. Instead, they give it to Shad Southgate.
I feel sorry for everyone who lives in Solihull and Darlington and Exeter and
Exeter's in England fans hotbed.
And Chester and all these places that
rely on it.
will have their blue passports ready to go, because they've already pre-ordered them. Or
Got
at
them on
least what
Amazon.
they'll have is they'll have their passports and they'll have one of those covers on that make them blue that probably says, England born, or I don't know, something with Bulldog on it or something.
England.
Yeah, something. And it's them, I feel. Forget about us.
Yeah. We're not important.
It doesn't matter about us. We're used to it.
There you go.
It's other people.
See, so just when before you're having a
Stop
rant
being
about
selfish.
Just have a, not even that, just before you have a rant about them, examine these stats.
Yeah.
8 away goals. just examine that stat. What was it? 1 defeat and 5. More away points than Arsenal in 2018. On current form, we'd be 8th. Examine all of that.
Examine it
before you make educated analysis of this situation, and that's everything's pointing to a 7-year deal.
Oh, at least
put him in. Liverpool give Klopp 6 years the other week or the other year, whenever it was, and people raised an eyebrow and look at them about to win the World Cup. So there you go.
Yeah.
Back to the game anyway.
Well, I mean, yeah, I suppose
this is more interesting than the game.
Well, yeah, condescending tones are always more interesting than I mean, the team brought Garner back, which was understandable. He left the Lassian, which was questionable,
which was less understandable,
and he
Sam Davis ran out.
He brought he left Sneijder in the team,
or Rooney, whichever way you look at it.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, once again we go away from home against a team struggling. I mean, I know Swansea have had good form recently, but
the informed team.
Informed. They're in the informed team. Yeah, can't against that.
Was it 4 wins on the run?
No, they drew last.
No, at the Liberty.
Oh, yeah.
I think they'd won the last 4, taking the FA Cup defeat by Spurs. I don't think the last 4 Premier League games they won. So the manager, the boss said.
Man in charge.
So there you go. So we had to pick a team that was capable of coping with such a renowned attack.
Well, the firepower they've got
of the Ayew brothers.
Oh, the Ayew brothers.
To be fair, we can't have a pop at Swansea. They were the only team trying to win the thing.
No, well, listen again. I don't know how many times this has to be, but Rooney's coming for a bit of a shoe in this week from different quarters, most notably our own fans, and but one thing you can say about Rooney is you just can't play him with Sneijder, and the same with Sneijder. I think I just don't think you can play Sneijder with Rooney. You've got to pick one or the other if you're going to play him in that role. There needs to be energy, there needs to be legs, there needs to be people who can get round to help, and when you've got 2 slow players in there, it's not going to work. You're just not going to move the ball fast enough. And Swansea, they would have been thinking, win this game and we're out of it, let's go for it. And although they lacked a lot of quality, as you just said, they had a lot of chances and really should have took the lead in the first half. They broke, and look, we were very fortunate with Leighton Baines' deflection. Cenk Tosun's cleared one off the line in the first half, and we never got going again. And again, it's you sit there and you just watch them, and you can't paint a picture of what we. And I know we say this all the time, but those lads train not all week. Probably have more days off now than school teachers in the summer, but they train all week, and you'd think it's not about fitness, it's about just patterns of play, and then you go and watch them, and you just look at the game and just go, what have you been practicing? There's no evidence of any kind of trained or coached approach to the game. There's no patterns of play, there's no third man running, there's not that much overlapping from the full-backs. It's just get it to Balassi or get it to Walcott or Rooney, have a look up to see where Cenk Tosun is, and it's bad, isn't it? It's bad.
I just think the players look disinterested. They just look bored with what they're doing, and that's grim, really. You watch it, and like you say, there's no way you're playing if we were if we were long ball, you'd go, well, that's what we are, so we bang it and we get after it. But we don't do that. We're not a short passing team, because we'll do a little bit of it, but it's generally just ends up back at our centre half. So we don't try and move forward. I don't know what we are. Make-up of the teams, all wrong. I watched a couple of MLS games back to back last night just to take my mind off other stuff, and honest to God, mate, both teams, while they didn't have the quality of Everton, the 4 teams I watched, Seattle and Sporting, every ball was on the floor virtually and pacey, the whole team moving. And then I watched Atlanta and New York, which was a very good game. Both games finished 2-2. Loads of attack and play, loads of movements, nice passing, and I'm watching it going. My dad was watching with me and I was like, Everton don't play like this. These are, these are players that you wouldn't necessarily have in an Everton side, and yet their coaches have got them. Vieira at New York City, they pass it out and they move, they get people around the pitch, and you're like, where's our Everton? What are we doing at Finch Farm? Sorry, USM Finch Farm is what you'd have to say beside if you can mention it. If we're banging it long, sound, then bang it long and get people to support, or if we're passing it from the back and going, do that. But there's nothing, and it's not even like it's not even a hybrid of the two.
No,
it's just a absolute nothingness. It's weird. It's so weird.
It's utter shit is what it is, isn't it? Let's get it right. Let's get it right. There's loads of criticism of Sam Allardyce at the moment, because you watch the game and you just think to yourself, you watch it and you just think, what have you done? Like, what have you... Listen, the job was, I'd imagine, was just get us safe, right? Fair enough.
Well, he said that, hasn't
he? But early on in the year, he wasn't saying that.
No.
Early on, when the results were going well, he was like, right, we've done the hard bit now. Now it's like... Now it's up to me to prove that I'm a good manager and aim for the top sort of thing. I'm afraid you haven't done that. I'm afraid you've proved...
what people
thought. We sat here ourselves and we given them every chance, and we were like, well, you know what, we see more light at the back, and we kick on now, and we never have. And we've sporadically got a win here and there. I think it's still like 1 win every 3 games basically. If we beat Newcastle, I think it'd be like 1 game every 3. So he's done that. But when you look at the talent that's on the pitch and what's being spent, you'd expect that anyway. It's just like, I don't know. It's you want to use the word negative, but it's not even that, is it? It's not even that it's negative play. It's not that it's, because negative play would then tally up with some kind of plan. Like, you can be negative and it can get you wins, or it can get you what you want. It's not even negative play, because that would, as I say, that would point to some kind of direction of play, but there isn't. It's just not. There's nothing, and I think that's the biggest problem. You just said they've played look bored. Kale was on yesterday. He was on the Goals on Sunday, and he was talking about it, and he was like, Everton just don't have an identity. They just don't have a. The players don't look like. It looks like he was spot on. And it's the first time I've heard anyone sort of around the club sort of just say it as it is without it being wholly negative or wholly going round the houses. He just got it right. He just said the 4 players that don't fit together. There's been no plan. There's no direction, and all fans want is passion and direction and a little bit of style, and you got it spot on. And you just think, why is it that hard to give people what you want? Everton fans are not, they're not asking for the moon wrapped up.
We'd like it
wrapped up in a bun. They just want to see some kind of idea of playing and some passion, and looking like players have got some kind of understanding. And players do look bored, and it is that time of the year where you're effectively just seeing games out. But that shouldn't be an excuse for everyone to switch off, and what we've been what we're faced with, which is just shite coming out, from everywhere.
we say the same thing a lot, don't we? Because nothing seems to. There's no incremental changes where you go and I can see why he's trying to do. I mean, you're right. We come in and it was, we'll do this and we'll do that. And he's achieved what his directive was, which was keep Everton, which is just fucking ridiculous. But make sure we don't get dragged into a relegation fight. He's done that, of course he has. But after that, he did start to say, let's see how high we can get, and let's see if we can do. Now, okay, Burnley have continued to keep winning, so fair play to them. So now there really isn't anything, so look to do something different, and he can't do it. Quite clearly can't do it, because on Saturday he could have made a couple of changes. Yeah. Put in Vlasic up or Klasnin or whatever, and said, we're going to go for it and see how it goes. And then if they get beat and then players aren't great, he can say, you know, I want to give people a go, we've got to have a look at the whole squad. And then people would go, alright, well, you know, Davy Klassen played, he was crap, you know, and I can understand now why the manager doesn't play him or whatever, but he doesn't. He just puts Schneiderlin in. Alright, Schneiderlin was okay, but he didn't really do anything. He just stands in there. You know, I'm not saying not trying, but he's just so slow. The problem is, when they got the ball and broke, they broke quickly, their midfield. When we got it, it's like we're on slow motion, everything we do, and then we pass it back. It ends up invariably going back to our centre back because we're too slow getting it out of our feet. And then we'll just go long and it's Ocean, and he's not lightning. He's not. You go hit him in the air. Centre backs are going. Well, even if he wins it, there's no one within 10 yards of him who's going to pick the ball up. No. So you've got to give him a chance, haven't you? You've got to have his chest or whatever, but we don't. Well, that's where you need midfielders who've got energy to pick up the loose balls as well. That's what. See, even having Garner, where Garner played, right? It's a waste. The lad is, let's be honest, he's shite in that final third. Oh yeah. He had a chance at 1-0 where he could have pulled it down, tacked it in 2-0, and he fucking headed it, he went by the corner flag. He's not an attacking midfield player in any way, shape or form. So he does his best work sitting in front of the back four, and yet he's playing him as the number 10 almost. I know he wasn't really, but he was there to do the pressing. But so he was out the game really. He was running around, but he was out the game. So again, you're going back to that problem of two static midfield players. Because Wayne Rooney, although I thought Rooney ran around enough, he just wasn't in the game because we didn't get him in the game enough. And when he gets it, it's the same old thing. If you haven't runners off him, he's away. He gets caught in possession because no one's moving. Yeah. You know, Coleman wasn't overlapping. They don't away though. The wing fullbacks don't away from home. To be, he done his best work up because I thought defensively he was horrendous, Coleman, at the weekend. Yeah, he was terrible. But when he attacked the odd time, he caused problems for them, you know. But again, if you're... Yeah, but why don't they attack? Because Allardyce should be saying to Schneiderlin, you couldn't possibly run up that fucking pitch anyway, so stay there and let your two fullbacks go on and make it a 3 at times. Because they'd gone from a 3 to a 4 at the back, didn't they? They changed their system. It's every week, it's the same shit. And the manager has to take a big percentage of it because he's not trying any different things to make it different. Players have obviously got to take some percentage of it because for just being shit. Yeah, basically. It is that. You know what I mean? But if you, as a manager, he should be looking, going, it's over. You know, it's the season's done. So why don't I look at players? Well, the goal. Amazing, we took the lead. You knew it was coming though, because they missed good chances, and you just thought we'll get a shit goal. You can tell. But even the goal though, you know, the 2 chances we missed before, if it hadn't ended up in the back of the net, would have just, you know, the chance. Both of them were really good chances, and we got fortunate with the ricochet, and obviously, thank you goal line technology, which was our man of the match. Mawson hooked it out about 3 foot over, nearly touched the net, and they were moaning for a minute. And you're thinking the referee's got a buzzer. Take it, Enzi. Yeah. You know? Obviously, just before half time, and you know, you just think you're 1-0 up, you're away from home. There's all the pressure's on them now. Go out and have a go second half, and we didn't, and we just sat back. That was our last. They were our last chances on target. We sat back and we just invited the pressure on, almost like, but for a large part of the second half, Swansea just didn't do anything. No. So it was almost like we were like,
yeah, this is alright, this, and you just sat there, yeah, this will be fine, and then, you know, corner comes in or whatever it was, and Tosin's off the line. We've got 3 chances to clear it, 3 chances to clear it. Seamus literally puts his foot on it in the box and could put it anywhere. Could put it out for a throw. Could put it anywhere, and then just like kicks it like a 4-year-old out of their player,
just to the edge of the box.
And then because he's there, there's no one on the right for the, you know, and it's just horrendous. It's just like, and then we have a go then, and obviously, you know, Seamus hits the bar, and it's like, second half you're 1-0 up. Why didn't we just go for it? Why didn't we just go, let's finish this, let's kill this game. We get another one here, this game's over. These'll buckle, you know.
We had the Garner chance with the header. Seamus is at the bar, and then Tosin's, I don't know whether someone took it off his head or he just closed his eyes because he thought the defender was getting it. And we'd done nothing, and yet we still could have scored 4 goals in that second half, or 3 goals in the second half. And you're right, it was nothing. It was literally nothing happened. I don't know where the ball went for half an hour in that second half, because it just didn't go in our box and it weren't in their box. It was just nowhere. It was just a grim game of football. But you wouldn't have been able to pick who was the 17th place team out of the 2 of them, because, well, you would have. You'd have said Everton, because we were worse than they were. And that's the scary thing, is that we're playing a team that, like you said, is in that position where they're trying to get that win to put the daylight between them, so they need the win, but they haven't really got enough quality to hurt you, so to speak. But it's just the complacency of, we'll just keep a clean sheet, instead of going, nah, we're just going to put 3 and 4 past you there because you're wide open. Because they were wide open, and yet we just, Balassi, I don't know I don't know what's happened to him.
Well, we do know what's happened to him.
No, we do, but what I'm saying is, he'll do some good things, but he doesn't then continue to do it.
He's got a brain.
He doesn't go, right, I've just run him and beat him easily, so I'll just do that again when I get it because he can't live with me. Or, I've checked back inside and crossed it and we nearly scored, so I'll do that again.
It's his, Balassi, it's his, what worries me a lot is that it's his lack of control. I think it was in the second half, Seamus running with the ball. Always got the ball under control. It's why he's been such a good player for us. When he runs, I don't know whether he's got a plan. Always looks like, Seamus when he runs, he'll always look like he's got a plan in his head of where he wants to go. Or he'll work it out as he's going, but he's quick enough to do that. And he's always got the ball, it never gets away from him. I watched Balassi run a couple of times, and every time the ball gets away from him, and it might get away from him enough that it allows the opposition to come in, but it dictates his next move for him rather than him dictating it. So you're thinking, well, go outside or go inside, and he can't because the ball's that far away from him. It's making the mind up for him, and it's just like, if you don't, you need to get your shit sorted quick. You've been back for, since Boxing Day. You need to start putting this together now, because I know he's had his moments, he's off, but like you just said there, just get the basics sorted, get back to doing the basics, and against poor players that should be enough. Okay, better players it won't be, but against poor players it should be enough.
He should have just been getting wide and crossing, that's all he had to do. Put it in, ask questions at them, say to Tosin, get on the end of a few of these, just throw it in. It's Norwich. He knocks it, then he comes short and stops the ball and just like throws his arse into the player, and then that's what he does though, and then it's like you're not actually going anywhere with the ball though, you just, you're not knocking it and running after it, the trick's just superficial. They're not to get away from anyone, because generally when he's on the run, whereas last year when he come in and he was doing that one you said's gonna bug you, but he was doing it, rolling it and doing it. It was working because he was running with the ball, so he was using it.
He did do it for a lot of nonsense time.
Because it kept coming off. But now he's like getting the full FIFA Street friggin' catalogue out before he does anything, and it's like Why are you doing that, mate? Just get it wide, cross it, get it wide, cross it. And if you do that, we'll score, and people will go, boss.
Well, what it will do, at least, it'll give Toshin an idea that when the ball's coming or where it's going. You know, if he puts it in enough times, then Toshin, other people get to start gambling, won't they? But if you never know when it's going into the box, no one's ever.
Where was Walcott? Because I'm sure I've seen his name on the team sheet.
It was on the it was on the team sheet. I've seen that.
Seen him again, another one who was not in the same way with Balassi, but someone who just seemed to be in the game on the edge of our box and never in the game on the edge of their box, and that. He's up against Martin Olsen, who, you know, we should be destroying. You know, with all due respect to him, but he's a bang average fullback. The
only thing I'd say about, I think where Walcott suffers from is just, there's no one in midfield near him, sort of that links up the play with him, and I think he suffers with that. He suffers with away games because I don't think Coleman's allowed to get up the pitch as much,
and we don't dictate the game enough, do we?
So it's all very shit, isn't it? But I mean, the subs were, you know, a big talking point. Obviously he bought Beningame on.
The commentator thought he brought Owen Kenobi on him. He didn't have a clue how to say his name. He was calling him like Boomer or something for a bit. I don't know what the fuck he was going on about, the commentator, but
middle name or something.
He brought him on,
but he brought him on instead of Tom Davies, which I thought was a bit weird. I don't get that. I thought that was a bit weird because Tom's like been starting games the next minute. I thought that was weird, and I thought it was weird that he took Garner off, unless he was struggling.
Well, maybe he thought.
Well, if he was fair enough. No Calvert-Lewin on the bench, which is weird. I don't know. Don't know.
Might have been ill orange.
Don't get told.
Might have been ill orange. But the thing was, he put. What was mad about the Beningame sub was he put Beningame on and then put Rooney into the 10. So why don't you just have Rooney into the 10 at the start and leave Garner alongside Sneijder? Because then at least you've got Rooney higher up the pitch where he can make something happen, and you've got Garner on the edge of our box to snuff everything out and have some legs alongside Sneijder. So then Rooney went to the 10 and he done alright. He found the blue shirt, which is more than a lot of them did. But it just didn't. It's just bizarre. Then he took Balassi off.
Then he takes Balassi off and brings Funes Mori on. Which, okay. Listen, there's some managers who'll do that, right? And they'll go 3 at the back, and that means that the full wing backs can push on, right?
We didn't.
But he never.
We just went to 5 at the back.
He was like, well, they stuck a forward on, so we stuck a centre back on. It's like, no, you don't need to do that. You know, your tactics don't need to be dictated by them. What you can do then is, if they've got another forward on, you can go, well, you know what? It's 1-1. We're away from home. Let's have a go.
Let's win the game.
Let's win the game.
That was a weird one. If you're trying to give him minutes, fair enough. But like you say, make a notable change then to the formation. Go 3 at the back, say to Baines, stand there on the halfway line, get Coleman pushed up, and then 3 will sort it out. And we didn't. We just kind of went, well, we took our winger off, so we'll just play 5 at the back. And then,
but he did say put Walcott up front. I mean, there was very little evidence of that.
Yeah,
but
I've seen him, I think, up there once. It was just, listen, it was just shite, you know. And then he put Vlasic on for 5 minutes, so he can say to people, see, I play youngsters.
Vlasic proceeded to do some kind of
done some flying,
some kind of elbow into someone's back.
And I don't know whether he touched the ball again or didn't. It's just there's
no energy.
It's just hard work watching it, because there's nothing that drives you forward into the next game. There's nothing that makes you go, I want to watch us next week. I wonder what we'll do next week, and I wonder how you're just going to another one chalked off the ball.
Yeah, it is, isn't that the way it is, isn't it? And you listen to him afterwards, and it's just nonsense. It's just pure nonsense. But the fact is, I don't know whether he's either trying to wind fans up, or he's being serious. And if he's being serious, then that's more worrying. Talking about great points and, you know, and all these things, and you think, you're playing fucking Swansea away, mate.
self-preservation though, isn't it? Because he can turn around and it's another game he hasn't lost, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
So we can go, didn't lose, you know, like you said before. I know you were taking a piss, but he'll turn around, it's 1 defeat and 5.
Yeah.
It's this, it's that, and stats based, isn't it? Again, which is what he is. He'll be able to roll all sorts out to us sitting here and go, well, do you know that we've done this? And you're like, yeah, mate, but we've also had 57 shots on target since you come in, which is fucking outrageous. Been here since November, 57 shots on target since November, and we're in the middle of April. That's outrageous to me, and yet that's what it is, because we don't attack and we don't throw caution to the wind, and if we can't do that, if he can't just go, fuck it, we'll have a go. We're only playing Swansea, for the simple reason that not we're only playing Swansea, but we can't do anything. We can't catch Burnley. Do you know what I mean? We're never catching Burnley because we weren't winning most of our games. So you've got to look and go, well, and the thing is, if you go after teams, you're more likely to win.
Well, you said Burnley, that's what they do. They go after teams. You know, they play 2 up front. They have a way of playing. They've won loads of games this season by going, this is shit, let's stick another striker on, and they've been rewarded for it, because they've got a way of playing, and it suits them, and it gets results. And they did it again on Saturday. You know, they beat the team. You know, they beat their nearest rivals for that 7th place, and they go for games. They go for games because what basically, I mean, we said this last week on the show. They look at it and go, well, what's the risk to reward ratio? You know, are we going to go down? No. So let's have a go. You know, if we lose a game, we lose a game, but we've done it in our own way. And I suppose that if you're him and the trust those fans have got in him, you can do that. You can have that. People will go, well, I understand why you make that decision or made that decision, or you know, if you lose a game where you've heroically gone for it, fans don't mind that. I don't think. You'll always be beaten by a better. You know, you can always be beaten by a better side. You can always be beaten by a worse side. But as long as you've shown some intent, you know, we sat. You know, we watched games under Martinez, like, you know, when we got beat at home by Sunderland 1-0, and everyone was like, fucking hell, we battered them. Absolutely battered them, and it's just unfortunate. And you sort of buy into it all, so you don't mind that as such. But
I just look and think he's had some big games while he's been here against bigger teams, whatever you want to call them, better teams, we'll call them.
Yeah, just better teams.
And yeah, I've just seen West Bromwich Albion go to Old Trafford and win. You know, and not have 1 shot versus 40 and get lucky that 10 shots of 14, so they were in the game. They're bottom. Now, okay, people can go, well, they had nothing to lose. Well, yeah, maybe so, but
we didn't have
they haven't gone there and threw the game away like we did when we went to Arsenal, and when we played City, and when we played Tottenham, and so if that's see what I've looked at, I've tried to, and we both did when he come in. It was like he's here, let's get, you know, he'll make sure we're all right, which is what he did. But then I've started looking, right, if he was here the long term, what would that consist of? Well, it consists of writing off 12 games. Yeah. Because he doesn't believe, whether he would change slightly if he got a couple more plays, and I don't know, but there's no evidence of that at the minute. So I've gone, right, alright, so our season's 26 games long now, because there's 12 games there that he doesn't expect anything. Can we go after enough of those other teams to get higher? And he doesn't do that either, and there's no change. So you're looking at it going, well, if we're just playing 26 games a season and we're just going to try and draw away and win at home, then we're not going to progress. Alright, we might finish 10th or 11th, but there's not going to be any progress.
Why,
and then what's the point?
What's the point in writing games off?
You may as well have a manager who's a fucking lunatic like Martinez and go, we'll go there and we'll play 7 up front, and you might, but you know what, you might lose a couple 4-0, but you might win 1, 2-1. Because you've been brave, and then you end up going, alright, well, we've won that. You know, Allardyce, we've got 3 games on the run, I'll make sure we don't lose the 3 games. So you end up with 3 points, you've drawn all 3. And yet you might have a manager like Martinez who will go, well, we'll go after that, and you win 1, draw 1 and lose 1. And you go, well, we've got 4 points because we had the balls to go after someone there. Where Allardyce would sit there and go, yeah, but I didn't lose any of the games. You go, no, you didn't, mate, but we've got a point more because we try to win. And I become short in one because they were better than us, but to really, you know, and that's the decision I think that the club have got to make. You just want someone that's going to bore us silly again for next season with this, and is that it? Is that where we're at? Are we just that? Let's just finish 10th and be done with it, or are you going, you know what? I want to capture the imagination of everyone, because when the crowd are united with the team, Everton are a stronger club, and blah, let's get the hype going. Where, you know, we're trying to get to Bramley more, and that's what they're faced with at the minute. But he doesn't help when he comes out with the shite. Now, if he's trolling everyone, fair enough, but
that's embarrassing on its own.
Then it's just stupid. If he knows he's going and he's doing it to wind people up, then it's stupid. And I've seen someone going, well, you deserve it for all that fuck off Allardyce, and you're like, I don't know. I just think the whole thing's a mess. I think our fans, I don't think I've ever known, I wouldn't say all, because I don't, A, you can't speak for everyone, and B, it's not a massive thing, I don't think, but I don't know whether I've ever known our fan base to be so against the manager and so apathetic about the whole thing either. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Loads of people don't want him. I think any poll you put up, it's no one really wants him. But then again, everyone's just like, it's just, you know, everyone's down, everyone's like, this is shit. And I think under Martinez, people were angry the way that developed and the way it was left. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know whether everyone was against them. I don't think they were.
No, because if people wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, a lot of people did.
But this fella, I think most people will be happy to go, thanks very much, you know, you come in and you steered us away from it. Whether people wanted to believe that or not, he was in charge and we stayed away from it, thanks, and off you go, and we'll move on now. I think most Evertonians, or certainly the majority, I would imagine, would want him to walk out the door in the summer and be replaced. But the not arseness levels is coursing through the veins of a lot of Evertonians at the moment, and that's a big worry, I think.
It is a big worry, because because you just I don't know, you don't know whether the club are sensing what's going on. There's some record season tickets and all that, and hopefully they understand the feeling of the fans. But I don't know, maybe we'll see more in the coming games. I mean, we've got Newcastle next week. It's live Monday Night Football. You know,
people pick these games.
There's nothing on this game whatsoever.
It's dreadful. Allardyce v Benitez, you couldn't ask for a worse Monday night game, to be on the telly.
But maybe that'll be where fans start venting their anger. I don't know.
I just think I don't know what they should do, because I don't like that either. Do you know what I mean? I think I'd like the club to just be in control of it and just go.
But that's it again. But the problem with the club is the club are just quiet, aren't they? There's not, but there's things like, I seen someone put up before, like the Evertonian magazine with like a 2-page spread, Allardyce, my plan and all this, and you're like, for fuck's sake, someone surely must know at the club not to be running shit like that. People, I mean, listen, people understand that the club has to have a certain mentality and a certain front. He is our manager, he represents Everton. We're not like, we're not going to sort of censor him or anything, but at the same time, who the fuck in the right mind's going to sit down and read that kind of shit? You know, who's going to sit down and go, oh, I buy into... Every time he mentions the future in a press conference or something, fans just, you only have to go on our Twitter feed to see the fucking absolute fume of fans, or just like just sitting in with their head in their hands thinking, this man better not have a future, and yet they continue to just, it winds me up so much.
Very quickly, what do you think the club should do now? Because I've seen a lot of people.
I think he should go now.
Do you?
I think he should go now. I think he should go by mutual consent right? Before the Southampton game, right? I said this on Twitter yesterday. He should go before the Southampton game, so
McGibbon's here again.
But it doesn't matter though, does it? Give it to fucking anyone.
Ferguson.
Me and you do it. Honestly, I think we'd shake the fucking.
Well, that put a team out that the fans would like to see.
Exactly.
Have a go.
Just let Unsworth take the team. It doesn't matter. I know people go, oh fucking. It doesn't matter. He'll pick the team. He'll send the team out, and the team will do what it does. It doesn't fucking matter. But again, it's that idea of don't leave it to the last game of the season, because if he's still in charge of that last game of the season, it'll either be just absolute apathy where no one's interested, because I can't wait to see what that walk around the pitch will be. So I would just come, if I was Everton, I would come out and just go, you've done your job, thanks, see you later.
We want to go in a different
We're going in a different direction and we want to start planning now.
I just don't see them doing
No, I don't see them doing it, but here's your money and bye. And that's what I'd do, because I just think the fans need a lift. And I know loads of people will probably be like, well, that's just like a superficial thing. But I think fans need to know that the club understand that listen, it's not always about our feelings. I'm not someone who thinks that the club should make a decision based on just the way the fans feel. Because you wouldn't have brought Allardyce in if that was the case. But if they don't sense that he is not the man to take us forward, if they don't understand he's not the man, what would be if they're going after? Listen, they're obviously going after Marcel Brands. They obviously clearly want Marcel. What would be the point in bringing Marcel Brands in if you've got Allardyce in charge for another year? What's the point? What is the point?
Because he might start to set the thing up to go on past the next year.
But then why would you want Allardyce to do that? Surely you get Brands in, and with Brands you bring in a new fresh manager, and they work together, and straight from the off they know what's going on. They sit down, they discuss the kind of players they want to bring in together. We know this team isn't good enough, and yet you would be asking Allardyce to just tread water for another year.
Yeah.
Why? What would be the point in doing that? There's no point in doing that, other than thinking, well, actually this summer we might be able to bring in the players we want, and we just want to keep some stability for another year, because actually the team we've got we don't think is good enough. What would you do?
Listen, I'd chase him definitely at the end of the season, because I just can't. You just think of next season, and I can't see how it will be better, because he's not showing any kind of, when the reins are off like now, there's no like attacking intent or nothing. So I suppose I'm just thinking, get rid of him then before the end of the season. It's another, it's like the ninth manager.
I know that, but
go on. What it would do is show that Mashiri is in charge, and it's like, I have got my hand on the, my finger on the pulse. This is what's happening. Thanks, Sam. Done us a good. We can say whatever. It doesn't matter. Done us a good job. You move on now, and this is what we're doing. David Unsworth's going to take the team for the last couple of to give the new manager whatever. They're talking to people. I'm trying to get him in immediately or whatever, and go from there. And it showed the fans that, I'm arsed, and this is what we're doing. Do I see him doing that? I don't. And then I worry then what message that sends out. And what I also think is, there's 2 games then before the end of the season. Obviously Southampton at home and then West Ham away. Last time when he got rid of Martinez, there was just a Norwich game and it was done, so it was easier to do, I think. But I don't know, I just think, will he do that? Will he come out and go, I've brought you in, you've saved me, and I'm getting ready before the season's even finished? I just don't think he'll think there's any point to it. Yeah. No,
I understand that, but I think he's got to understand that there's no relationship between the fans and the manager, and
who's relaying that to him now? You see, the other thing,
I suppose, you're right.
The other thing as well, because he hasn't been at many of the games, I don't think, lately, or it doesn't seem to be.
Right idea.
Yeah. The other thing is, of course, when you're if you're Mashiri in that position, if you don't know who your main man, who you want is, you know, or maybe he does, maybe it is Fonseca, maybe he's going, listen, who do you want, who do this, that and the other, and if it is, then that would make even more sense to get the developers to go. But obviously you don't know when Shakhtar are happy with them announcing them or whatever, so there's all that. But the one thing I would say is there's a lot of stories bouncing around now, and they're coming from somewhere, aren't they? And that's the thing. I mean, we had the one yesterday with Raiola and Brand.
Well, I as I said to you last week, I feel like someone told the media last week that they could that it was open season on them. And it's funny. It's an interesting question you just said about relaying the what goes on, you know, fans and all the rest of it, because I think that's an interesting point. He hasn't been at that many games, but surely you would think, listen, I don't know, but you would think the club, we know the club listen and watch a lot of different things, whether it be coming out of the top, you know, Sky, Sunday night, you know, Monday Night Football, or, you know, BT, or the phone-ins to, you know, to us, and podcast, Blue Room or whatever, you know what I mean? You think that those feelings, and even, it sounds stupid, you would even think that, I would like to think that, and I think this should happen in modern business, is that someone monitors social media and relays that back to the powers that be. Surely, if you want to talk about football at its base level, and if it's another business and they're your customers, you've got to listen to your customers. If your customers for another business are going on social media bombarding the site of a company and saying this is not right, you know, whatever it is, whether it be fucking like a phone company or a food outlet or something, going, you know what, this is not right, I don't know, there's an outage or something on O2 or something, what the fuck's going on, I can't get through, this is the only... You'll see the message, won't you? Come back, yes, we're sorry to hear that you've got a problem, you know, we'll give you a ring, or can we DM you or whatever. If football fans are treated more like customers now than any other time, Everton don't like to think they do, but you'd think that if that should be your first point of contact, at least social media now, no matter what Sam thinks about it, whether it be, you know, fucking dinosaur, this thing about social media not being important is the most hilarious thing I've ever heard. Every time I hear people say things like, you know, it's just social media, or you know, it's an echo chamber. Fuck, it's not a fucking echo chamber whatsoever. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I see stuff on my Twitter that I don't follow, and it somehow ends up, someone follows this person and they've put something, you see it. Why do I see that? But you do. So something I've got no interest in, something you see it. So it's not an echo chamber. People retweet stuff, good or bad. It does. Fucking hell, it bounces around left, right and centre. If it didn't, you wouldn't have trends and all the rest of it. It's a massively important tool. If they're not monitoring it and keeping an eye on what people think, then unless I'm completely wrong, and unless there's this huge section of Twitter that I don't see that are all fucking loved up with Sam, but the people I see and the people we follow on all our accounts, and the stuff that gets retweeted to us, and people just messing us and saying, what's that? Nobody likes him. Nobody. We put a poll on yesterday. Would you sack him now? Would you get rid of him at the end of the season, or would you leave him till the end of his contract? The end of the contract, I think, has got 2%, and I imagine they're Reds on the wind-up. Because I actually thought that would be bigger, because I thought more Reds would be on the wind-up, but they've probably got more happy things to do with their lives than try and wind us up. And I would honestly, I'm not saying whoever's interns running, you know, Everton's Twitter will run into Robert Elston's office, you know, while he's sitting there with the shorts on, just waiting to fucking get off.
With his egg ball.
Yeah, I'm waiting, lads. He's going to run in and go, these did a poll, and I can't, you know, I'm not saying that. I just, all that data, Everton should be hoovering up and using it. This is what, listen, if anything in the last couple of months has told us, is that big companies use all your data to manipulate or whatever they want to do, or just keep an eye on you. Fucking hell, you can't go on a website to buy something without going to fucking Facebook or going to the next site with that thing bombarded. You know, that's what it's like now. We live in a world where your data is used so obviously to manipulate the world. So if that's not getting used, all that data that's on Twitter or Facebook, whatever social network, is not being used to understand the feelings of Evertonians, then what's the fucking point? So, but I think for the sake of a lot of people's sanity, just for the sake of people going, you know what, they are listening, we're going in a different direction, I'd just get rid of them. I just say, you've done your job, you were brought here, this is what you were brought in here to do, we give you 18 months as a fucking golden handshake. You knew that, we knew that. He wouldn't be asked, he'd just go away, he'd sit on Sky and BBC's couches for the next couple of months just going,
done what I was supposed
done what I done there, track record's fantastic, not interested what the fans think, went in, done my job, everyone's a winner.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You would, wouldn't he?
I think you're right. I'm just not convinced.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not convinced.
I just think,
because as much as they think they're the people's club and listen to us, they don't. They don't. I'm sorry, but they don't. Because they make all mad decisions, and they have in the past. Like fucking inviting fucking Tories to fucking Finch Farm for photo thing. No, but they're the things where you're just going, you're not listening. Are you with your fancy hydration bottle?
Just thirsty. Yeah, no, I think what it would do, it would send a clear message out that they wanna, that, you know, we are going the way we said we were going, because I think a lot of people over the last few months have lost a bit of faith in that. Faith's
not the thing to lose, it's interest. It's the thing you want to worry about.
Yeah, but it's also because everyone was on the train. We were all on the train with
the gravy train.
The gravy train. In the summer, weren't we? We were all, it's this and it's that and it's the other, and it got...
We're going to wrap up now, but it's a lot of things, Baz. It's, if you lose interest in your football club, right, you still might go to the match, right? You're not interested in all those other things.
No.
Do you know what I mean? You're not... There's fucking... When they're selling all gear in the shop, they're trying to clear the shops, you're not asked. If if they're trying to... If you go to the match and you think, I'll buy I'm not going to read the program. I'm not going to read that magazine. I'm not interested in what they've got to say. I'm not interested. You know, whatever it is, you're just not interested. You go to match, you come home, and you just turn it off. You shut down. You put fucking Britain's talent on or whatever shite it's called. You know, you want to switch off from Everton. You want to switch. Most Evertonians want to switch off from football completely at the moment. So you just switch off from everything. And that's, football clubs don't want that, because football clubs want you all the time. This is why football's so big now, because they want your attention all the time. They want to keep you captivated, because when you're captivated, you spend the money. Your dog needs a new bowl. You're straight the Everton shop buying an Everton dog bowl. You know.
Not at the moment.
It's your son's birthday. You're like, oh, you want a new kit, don't you? Because no, Dad, the new Avengers film's coming out. I want a fucking Black Panther suit. Do you know what I mean? But that's right though. You know, you get your kid. If Everton are doing well, your kids are loving it. You know, you're not worried about your son becoming a Man City fan or anything like that. You know what I mean? I'm worried my dog might become a Man City fan at the moment.
I'm worried about what else might happen in the next few weeks.
That's never happening, mate. That's never happening.
Puts the spotlight on it.
Never.
No, but that's what I'm saying. When your club is going one way, and your rivals are going quite obviously the other way, and it's feel good and it's in everyone's faces and it's this, and it just highlights.
You're right though, you're right about that, because that's the other thing, Baz. That's the other thing at the moment, right? What I've almost, this is a worry I have for Everton Football Club, and it doesn't matter who's in charge. The spotlight's clearly on them at the moment, right? But Everton enjoy that. I think some people at Everton enjoy that, because they go, oh wow, the spotlight's on them. It's not on us. It's not on us, it's on them, and that's fine. That'll do me. No, fuck, let's see that spotlight, get that fucking thing over here. And I thought that's what Michele wanted. The spotlight to be on us, regardless. Because that's what that's what, like, I look at Man United and I look at Man City, and I think that's what almost went into there last week by winning that game. Was fucking spotlight was on us, but it's on them, but it's fucking back on us today. It's that idea. You imagine Man United will do something mad now. They'll go out and buy someone for fucking £87 million just to go, no, that's what they did. We're having this, we're going to go again next season, get the spotlight back on us. Whereas us, I just think we're very happy to go, it's over there, lads, don't worry lads. Keep doing what you're doing because the spotlight's not on us. No one's paying any attention to us. And I think they like that at times. And that's the big worry for me. That Everton are quite satisfied for everyone to just go, yeah, keep doing what you're doing because no one's interested. So, worrying, it is. Worrying.
Depressing.
Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments on anything we discussed. We've discussed more stuff on non-match than match. Let us know your thoughts. We're sorry this video lacked a little bit of energy. But there you have it. That's Everton. It saps it out of you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, please do. There are better videos than this. More fun videos. I spoke to Stephen Pina last week. He was sound. Yeah. He was sound. Go and watch that.
That's a good one.
That was a good one. Click the bell for alerts. And if you want more videos, join us on Patreon. See you later.